for my special studio sellout or clear out or wherever I'm going to call it. But I have to wait for at least 5 o'clock, one more minute. And it's so exciting. There are actual people that are on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yay.
so we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're live on LinkedIn, Cheryl, just so you know. So why don't you introduce yourself and let everyone know what's going to happen today in this exciting
Okay.
moment?
Well, first of all, some of you might have heard I have a moderator helping me, so I'm so happy for two people, Juan and Ivana, who are actually from a company called Art Storefront that I am so happy that I decided to sign on with. They're helping me do this like momentous thing for me, which is going live on all the little platforms. So I'm Cheryl Trader, and I'm an artist. And I live in New Jersey, very close to Manhattan, like 5 minutes away. And I have a lot of art that I've been working on for 30 years. And so you can imagine how much artwork there is. I am exploding at the seams. My artwork is in my garage. It's in my basement. It's in my studio. It's all over. And some of my paintings are gigantic, but I'm not showing you those. I'm showing you smaller ones.
Since you're saying that, Cheryl, sorry to cut you off, how many years have you been painting?
I've been painting for about 30 years, where I've been professionally painting and trying new things on and off. I've developed so much in the art world as far as I do art lectures. I bring people to the Metropolitan Museum. I do tours. I do lectures. I ran a summer art program for almost 20 years with thousands of kids coming through, where I took them to paint in Central Park. And I did all sorts of really fun, interesting things. And I teach also, but throughout it all, I've always done my own art. So I've exhibited, I've been a curator, I've done all these things. And actually, during COVID, I think I came to the realization that since I couldn't teach because of COVID, and I stopped giving my lectures because of COVID, that what I was left with was me as an artist. And that's what I decided to really focus on at this point. I want to focus on my artwork and me as an artist, especially since a lot of my artwork was in a lot of shows. It was supposed to be in a lot of different exhibitions in Manhattan and all over the place. And they closed up because of COVID. So now there's a lot of online exhibitions. And I sort of am not that interested in that anymore. I'm much more interested in creating new artwork. So that's why I'm hoping that some of you will buy some of this work so that I can make room, because I'm always having new ideas and looking at art and learning about art and learning about new kinds of mediums. And I just can't wait to start new stuff. So I hope that some of you will buy some of this stuff that I have, which is really nice and good, but I'm ready to move on to other kinds of artwork.
Awesome. I love that introduction, Cheryl. Thanks a lot for that. So can you pretty much say what will be the amount of pieces that will be available on the landing page, how to shop if someone is interested, and also the discounts you're offering in this opportunity?
Okay, so today I have 33 pieces of artwork ready to go. And by the way, it's all free shipping all over the United States, not out of the United States. And out of these 33 pieces, I can't talk about all 33 of them. You'll all go bonkers. I will only talk about around 10 of the pieces, but you'll be able to see some of the other ones, and I'll explain to you why I've only selected certain pieces to talk about. And they're different sizes and made different ways. And I am going to have a little fun with you, because I'm going to explain some stories behind some of the artwork, why I did it, and also some of my process, because even the process is interesting. At least it's interesting to me. And if any of you artists are tuning in and you're interested in either learning about Art Storefronts, let me know. But if you're interested in doing these live shows, ask me about it, because I'd love to tell you about it also. And I'm just trying to market. Don't know much about it, but they're guiding me. So
that's the only way to learn. Just by doing it, Cheryl. So just for everyone joining in, welcome everyone. I'm Juan. I'm helping Cheryl out. If you're joining from Instagram and you're interested in any of the pieces to shop, you can just visit Cheryl's link in her bio on Instagram. And then if you're tuning in from Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, the link will be in the description of the video. Awesome, Cheryl. I think we're ready to kick it off.
Okay. All right. So I guess for the people that are just tuning in, I know that people tuning in all the time. As I said, I'm Cheryl Intrator, and I've been in the art world for a very long time. And I wanted to show you some of my artwork that I'm giving at really special prices because I want to clean out my studio. So this is, by the way, there is a landing page. So as Juan was saying, that if you go to the landing page on the link that he told you about in Instagram, it's in my bio, and the other ones it's listed. If you go to the landing page, you could buy, like right now. You don't have to wait. It just will take you to how you buy it. And as you buy it, these pieces will be gone. So I just wanted to show you some of them. And so this one is called this is called Blue Irises.
Hey, Cheryl, sorry to interrupt you. I just have some good news for you. Number 12 is gone. Someone purchased number 12. Just so you know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, number 12 will be New York City skyline, number 12. It's gone.
Wow. That is great. How exciting. Thank you. Whoever bought it, I guess, really, really thank you. So that's so exciting for me. So this painting, I'm just going to, talk about it. Actually, there's 3 paintings. I don't know if you could see, but I did, sometimes I paint like in a little series and I paint them together. So I'll just talk about this one. This is irises, like I said, blue irises. And what I find is that as I'm working, a lot of times I like to see how the colors will look against different backgrounds. And I like to start to work with an idea. And it's so much fun for me to either make it in different colors or to make it on larger canvases or smaller canvases and seeing what I turn out. I don't like to just paint one painting at a time. I know some people do. I like to paint like 4 or 5 paintings at a time. So I may have my canvases lit up, or lined up rather, or I may just start one and then immediately start the other one and then start the other one, because I find that I grow from my own artwork and I grow from my own ideas. So as I hit something, I like to see the next step. I just don't like to finish it and be done with it, which everybody's entitled to whatever they want to do. But this one I actually made because I'm in a group. I'm in a lot of different art groups, but I'm in one called Salute to Women in the Arts. And a few years ago, they had something in Jersey City, where a lot of us artists were going and showing some of our artwork, and I wanted to bring some smaller works with me. So this one is 11 by 14, and the original price is $225, and today I'm selling them for $125. So all 3 of these paintings are almost half price. Whoop, there you go. It's almost like half price. So I want to just be able to show you guys the different paintings and how they look. Now, if anyone likes to go to the Metropolitan Museum, or if anyone has gone to see Vincent van Gogh's Experience, they will have seen his paintings of the irises. Now, I actually teach this in one of my Impressionist programs, and I teach them how to paint Vincent van Gogh's irises. And if you learn with me or just learn, you see that Vincent van Gogh sometimes painted his irises. He painted at least 2 times. He painted one with a pink background and he painted one with a yellow background. So I wanted to see how it looked. And then, as you'll see, I happen to be partial to black. I really like black. So I painted it with the black background. Also, Vincent van Gogh outlined a lot of his flowers, and I love to outline with gold. So all of these are outlined with gold.
Can you show it closer to the camera so we can try and see the details of the gold? Yeah, on the cell phone camera and then on your computer as well. Yep, there you go. Looks beauty. Awesome.
So I just wanted to show you, I'll just show you real quick this pink one, just so that you could see the gold. You could see the gold shining on it now, the way that I'm showing it with the light, so you could see it. So it's, I think they're very pretty pictures. Now, sometimes I only paint a pretty picture because I feel like painting a pretty picture. There's other times I paint for a reason, and I'm going to be talking about that also. So I guess I'm done with these, and I'm ready to move on to my next one, unless there's any questions.
Just so everyone knows, what Cheryl just showed is number 1, number 2, and number 3 on the website if you're interested in any of those pieces.
Thank you. So now I wanted to show that I have
Cheryl, sorry, we have a question on Instagram. His or her name is B-Hub. She's asking, or he is asking, why did you decide to outline the flowers in gold?
Oh, thank you for asking a question. I love when somebody asks a question. Well, I decided to use gold because I just really like it. I like gold. Some artists, especially Vincent Van Gogh, outlined it black or navy blue, and it makes it pop. I found that when I outlined it with gold, it did similar effect but I also like shine. So the gold actually shines, and I think just adds something special to the picture. So a lot of my paintings, especially my New York paintings and different paintings that I do, I use gold, or even the one behind me, you see I use silver. I just happen to like the shine. So thanks for asking, but that's why I did it. Thank you.
Awesome. Now we can move on to number 4.
Okay, number 4 is called, what is it called? Abstract with Red Dot. A very easy kind of name for the picture. And actually, I want to talk about the picture a second, but also the name. Okay, so this is not an original painting. This is a giclée. So a giclée is a professional fine art copy that this is made on canvas. So you see, it's a professional canvas wrap, and it's ready for hanging. And the details in it are so great because you can see all the texture. I'm just going to show it a little bit closer. This was made with originally oil paint, and you could see it looks like there's the oil paint is standing up. It looks like, I know it's opposite on this. It looks like you could see the thickness of the oil paint. It's just all flat. This is such a good copy. So these are a way for me to reproduce and keep my original if I want to, but it's also a way for you to make it into a larger size if you want to, or to just, get them at a much less expensive price than buying the original. Originals cost the most. Copies cost much less than original, but a signed copy could be elevated because it's signed. And whoever buys these, I will be glad to sign them and put my original signature on it. So in this case, when I do an abstract, which is what I've started to do more and more of, a lot of times it has to do with my feelings or the colors that I want to use. And sometimes as I'm working, I'm not really sure what I'm going for. I'm just going to try to create something. In this case, I worked with the same color palettes, and this one is number 6, and you could see that they sort of match each other, and there's one more of them with the turquoise colors, and they're all the same size. So they would look great if they were hanging on a wall like this, 3 of them together, high on a wall. And they're all very good quality. They're called giclées. They're very good quality. And originally, these are $250 each. And today, well, my price on the landing page is $100 for each of them. But when I was taking them out and looking at them again today, I think they look super if you buy all 3 of them together and you hung it up like this. It would be beautiful on a wall. You could hang them 3 together this way horizontal. Also, I happen to like them vertical. In any case, if you want to buy all 3 of them, instead of paying $100 each, $300, I'm willing to give you, only if you buy all 3 of them, for $250. I know that's like a really great special price. Wow. But like I said, only if you're buying all 3. The original prices are $250 each. Also, I have to pay for this. I have to buy them. So, and I'm going to be shipping them to you. So the whole point is that this is costing me more money than it's really worth it to give away, but I want to give it away because instead of me putting back in boxes, I really hope somebody decides to give a new home to them and put them in their home. They're just beautiful contemporary abstracts that match almost anything. So I just wanted to show you these.
Yeah, if someone is interested in buying that set, the 3 pieces together, just feel free to send a message to Cheryl through Instagram or Facebook, and then she will arrange it for you to lower the price on those 2.
Great. Okay. Thank you. So now I'm on to my next one. I have to follow
Reading number 7. It's called Compromise.
Now, this one is really an artsy painting. What I mean by artsy is I did it for purpose. I did it for a reason, and I did because there was something going on in the world, including COVID, that you felt like the world is changing. There was so much upheaval in the world, social upheaval. There's so much ideas that are changing in the world that it's very hard to keep up with it. So when you're, oops, let me see if I can move this. This is a very big painting. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just tell you the size before I keep talking. This is, oh, why can't I see the size? Do you see the size one?
Yeah, I can tell you the size of that one. Give me 1 second and I'll be able to. That'll be number 7. The size is 36 by 20.
36 by 20. Okay. So anyway, this painting, before I tell you how I made it and everything, is made because of when we grew up, all of us, we had, especially when you're younger, you have very clear ideas on what's right and wrong. It's black and white. And the expression, well, some things are gray, shaded gray. Well, in this painting, it's called Compromise, and I have a whole series of the Compromise paintings. It was about the ideas that we don't know who our heroes are anymore. We don't, statues are being taken down, the Me Too movement, everybody is, the Black Lives Matter movement, everything is together. And it's sort of like, who are the good guys anymore? Who are the bad guys? Is there a gray? Is there gray? And sort of the gray is taking over. So there's no black and white anymore. There's no right or wrong. Everything is sort of changing. So this painting is sort of an idealist painting that I would submit, and I have submitted it to different art shows. Some of my artwork, I'm not saying which ones, there are too many of them that have been in exhibitions. So a lot of them have been in different exhibitions already. And this other one, I'm just gonna pop it up really fast because it's also about compromise, but this one is showing a very little gray. And by the way, I used gold leaf and silver leaf on this.
I want to see the details of that gold leaves and silver leaves in the camera. Yeah, there you go. Wow, that's beautiful.
And the other one only has silver leaf, but also the white is a camouflage white. It has like a little bit of gray in it. You could sort of see it, that it's not pure. And so I wanted, and in this one is called like Compromise. Sometimes you just can't. Because we all know that there are some things that you just can't compromise about. So it's just an interesting kind of thing. As an artist, I feel that some of my artwork could be political. And I feel that as a female and as just a human person from the human race, sometimes you hear what's going on in the news. And as an artist, I want to show that I'm listening, that I care, that I'm affected by it. And just an abstract painting like this does it for me. Gives me the outlet for me to express to the viewer, something about the compromise, whether you're going to live in the future and look at my painting and say, what was happening in 2001? What was, not 2000, 2021? What was happening? And to realize that there was great upheaval and that our values were being ripped and our values were being changed and our values were changing over time. And everything doesn't have to be, strict, sometimes the gray takes over. And in other cases, we can't let it take over. There's some things that are too important to change our minds. So,
Wow, 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 wow. This is the beauty of having Cheryl talking about her pieces. I will never interpret that feeling that you're sharing with us today about your paintings. I really enjoyed it. Also, Jordana on Instagram is saying she loves it. Just so you know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So both of these paintings are, they were originally 1600, and today they're very big paintings. They look beautiful on a hallway or someplace in the living room. They're going for $1,000. So I'm taking $600 off of the paintings. As I said to you, I love the paintings, but I'm sort of like really hoping that I make more room for myself, because otherwise I have to just find more room back again for these. And I really hope that, some of you may feel what I'm telling you about the paintings, that, wow, this painting really is not just a black and white painting. It has a meaning behind it from the artist. And that's another thing. A lot of artists don't like to tell you the meaning. They like you to guess. They will, oh, what does it look like to you? What do you feel about it? In my case, I like to share what I think, and you could come to your own conclusions, but I like to share. But now I have something really very fun and very meaningful to me, and I hope that you guys will like it. This is number 9.
Yep.
And this is a copy of a larger painting that I did, but it is made on watercolor. This is a print made on watercolor. It's made on watercolor paper, and it's framed, and it's numbered. I signed it and I numbered it. And the pictures, the images themselves are only about 4.5 wide by 4.5, but the frame is actually a 10 by 10. So it's ready to hang, and it comes framed in glass. And what the painting is, if any of you live in the New York area, or you have lived in the New York area, it's the George Washington Bridge. And what happened is, oh, I see a reflection. Can you guys see that reflection?
It's all just try to get it closer so we avoid the reflection, so you can show some details. Yeah, just go a little bit above, a tiny bit more. There you go. That's it.
Oh, okay. So the colors aren't realistic, but you could see the Empire State Building there. You could see the George Washington Bridge, and some tugboats along the way. And if any of you know that there is the Little Red Lighthouse, there it is. So originally this was painted on wood. And that's why there's so many different grains that I like to work with. The wood really helps me figure out how I want to place the paint. And it was used with very vibrant color, very vibrant color oil paints. And so this painting, now I have a few of them. What I did was, when I worked on them, they were originally 24 by 24 wooden panels. They're very rich color. They're available as originals if anybody wants to ask me about it. But I made 16 of them. So when I worked on it, remember before I said I don't like to just work one painting at a time. So there were 16. So I'm just going to show you real quick another one that is the same kind of size. But what I really want to show you is, let me just move this here, because those are 10 by 10. I have number 11 and 12 that are in a double frame. And these two match each other. They're exactly the same frame. So you may want to buy them together, so
remember that 12 is gone already.
11 and 12. So they're exactly the same frame rather, but different pictures. But what I want to tell you is why I made them. Okay, and to do that, I'm moving over to, but they're all tied together. So anyway, these are, before I move on, these are only $60 each. So there's $60, you're getting a framed painting, a framed original print. It's not an original painting, it's a print that's signed and numbered. You're getting it framed, and I'm sending it to you, no shipping. So $60, it's a very good price. So I just wanted to tell you that if you wanted to, to get it, that this is a great opportune time, because originally, and they're going to go back to the $125 price when, I'm done with this whole studio clean out because these are really great, and they're great for a present. They're really great to give somebody who lived in New York. They're really, I think they're really very pretty. But I want to tell you why I started doing this series. And in order to tell you why I do this series, I'm moving over to another painting, which is number 14. So number 14 is called New York City Skyline Tribute to Andre Durian. Let me get it. So first of all, this is on metal. See it's metal. See the back is all ready to hang. It even has like little hooks and everything on it. What happened was back in 2019, I guess it was, or maybe 2020, I was lucky enough to have like a retrospective show of my artwork. And I wanted to see what a metal painting would look like because I've seen them, but I wanted to see how my artwork looked on it. And I just love it. I love the shininess. I love how all these paintings look in the metal. I just think it's really super. Anyway, this painting is what started me on my whole New York City scenes. It's because I used to teach a class called Modern Art, bring the kids to the Metropolitan Museum, like I said earlier, and there was a painting by Andre Durian of London. And in the painting, there are these two boats similar to this, background and the Big Ben. Well, I took my students to the New Jersey side of the George Washington Bridge, and we were painting, wait, I just want to see, I think I have the one that no. Well, anyway, we were painting them, and one day I decided, hey, they kind of great. One of the reasons is it's a style called Fauvism. Fauvism is something that Henri Matisse and Andre Durian made. They came after the Impressionists, and they started to paint with crazy colors. So colors were very different than what you would see. So you might see yellow in the water, you might see pink in the sky, you may see green in the sky, and they were called fauvistes, which in French means wild beasts. They were like really considered not good by the art critics, although we love them. So I decided that I was going to take New York City, the wonderful city across Hudson River that I could see, and I was going to paint it. And there you see the Empire State Building and the City Court Building and the West Side Highway. Now, if anybody lives in New York now, you know the whole skyline has changed tremendously. So I plan to do a bunch more of these paintings. And again, the original ones were done on wood. And I just want to show, so this one, before I get started with the next one, this is metal at 24 by 24, so you could see it. And original price is $560. And today I'm offering this at $200, which is very inexpensive for a metal print that's 24 by 24. So if any of you ever were looking at my artwork and thought to yourself that you might like it, you might want it, I'm pretty much giving it to you for cost. And I really love it myself. So I have, the wooden ones, but this is just so beautiful. I hope somebody decides to get it. The colors are vibrant. It's metal. Like I said, it's so shiny, very lightweight. Look how I could hold it up and down. So I wanted to offer it to you. But something happened when I was getting ready for the show. And let me just figure out where to put this. Okay. Uh-oh.
Just a quick reminder where Cheryl is, figuring everything out. If you're watching on Instagram, you can visit the link in her bio to shop any of this artwork. And then if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, the link will be in the description of the video.
Okay, so what happened was, thank you, Juan. I hope somebody goes and finds it. This I ordered at the same time. When I had the show in New Jersey and I did this show about my artwork, I decided, like I said, to make one of them in metal, two of them. I wanted to see how it would look because I didn't know how gorgeous it was going to look and how vibrant it was going to look. And here's the side again, and it's very lightweight and ready to hang. But what happened was when I took this one out and was looking at it more closely, I noticed that I didn't really think that it was fine-tuned enough. Something might have happened when it was being made. It's not as clear as I would like it to be. So because of, and it's really a beautiful, beautiful painting. So if I didn't call this to anybody's attention, you may not notice it. And again, I outlined with gold. And we see the different, parts of New York, and I'm using the Fauvist colors. Wait a minute, I'm going the wrong direction. So you could, take a look at it. Now, this painting, like the other one, if you want to buy them both, you can. But this painting is also usually $560, and I'm throwing in shipping. Don't forget that. $560. On the landing page where Juan is directing you to go to, it says that I am selling it for $200. But because I saw this one is not 100% up to what I'd like it to be, I'm giving this one away for $150. So you're going to get a painting that's a 24 by 24 on metal for $150. I don't think this is like a real amazing saving, a real like bunkers kind of saving, to think to yourself that you can get, a painting of this quality and this beautiful colors for your home. So I just hope that somebody does buy this because I don't want to have to put it away again and, take it out another time and bring it to a show. I hope that somebody really decides that these colors match their home and they'd like to have it. So going on to the next one.
Just so you know, I updated the price on that one on the website already, so it's $150 on the website.
Just that one, not the other one. The other one is Okay. Now, remember I said to you I had some artsy kinds of paintings, like this black one. Well, now I'm going to show you another artsy. 3 women. Just let me take this away. I'm only going to show you one of them because I know that talking a long time. Let me just take this away. These paintings were done also for a feminist art show. I like to get into, like I said to you before, sometimes I do artwork for different shows because I'm trying to apply to a show, or sometimes they give me ideas, or sometimes the world is happening around me and I have my own ideas. But in this case, it was for, let's see, I don't know how you guys are going to see all of them, but I guess they're on my website, so you would see it. I'm just going to show you number 17 right now. So number 17 is called Who Am I? Independence. And you could see that I used silver. Remember before I said I like to use gold? So first of all, the woman, has sparkles, silver, and it's a very sort of modern kind of painting, but it also is made for a reason. But I just want to say that there are 3 paintings. One is number 16, 17, and 18. They are all, what size are they? They are all
36 by 24.
20, how much? 36?
36 by 24, yeah.
That's a big painting, guys. So this is a pretty large painting, and I have 3 of them. They all match each other, but they're all about women in different times, different stages of her life. So in this painting, it's about a young woman who feels the world is open to them. They don't know what's going to happen, what career they're choosing, if they're going to get married, if they're going to choose to stay single, if they're going to become an astronaut, a doctor, or a technician, or whatever it is that they're going to do, if they're going to leave home, go to another city. The world is totally open to them. And on this painting, that down here, the girls that are around this age that I'm trying to refer to, are thinking about themselves. They don't have anybody else to think about. They're not married, they don't have children, they don't have a husband, their parents are telling them, go figure out what you want to do in life. So they're ready to become any kind of thing, a lawyer, a judge, a politician, a manager, but these buttons over here say mine, me, self, and I.
Can you try and show us the detail on the bottoms right there? Yeah, there you go.
So there are other words there that I thought would talk about who they are and what they're trying to figure out in life. And you could see the shine of where they're trying to go with their life. They don't know. The world is open to them. It's very exciting. It's ready to hang. It's been in some exhibitions already. And just so that you know that the other two have to do with other stages of life, which I'm not going to show you, but you could see them on my landing page. The next one has to do with who am I in midlife? So that's the woman that is doing everything, taking care of her children, her husband, working, volunteering, taking care of her own parents, doing everything that you do in midlife. And she can't do whatever she wants because she has too many obligations to everyone else. And the third one is, who am I? Pink slip, which is, and some of you who are around my age may have felt it, when your kids go to college and they go off to their careers, all of your carpooling, all of your advice, all of your having to get home to make them dinner, everything is changing, and you sort of feel like you have the pink slip. If you're a volunteer like I was in my children's schools, I couldn't volunteer anymore because my kids weren't in the school. It's a very kind of weird time when you feel that life is changing and you're not in the full swing of life and your life is changing. So I don't know if anyone feels like I do with these 3 stages of women, but they certainly will look great in somebody's living room. And I have a special offer today about them also. First of all, if you want to buy them one individually because they stand for who you are and you feel that you have a connection with it, fine. But if you want to get all 3 of them, this is what I want to do today. First of all, they're all originally $600 each one, $600 each. And on my landing page, they are for $240. It's less than half price. It's below 50%, almost 60%. So I really don't, these are big paintings. I keep on going back to, I'm trying to make room for myself so that I could create more paintings and, work on different things. So these paintings, I wanted to offer it to you. If you took all 3, I would give you all 3 for $500 with shipping included. So that is a huge, huge savings, because if I gave you all 3 at $200, even it would be $600. So I'm even going less than that. So I don't know if somebody feels that this is, the paintings talk to them. It's only if you take all 3. Otherwise, it's $240, which is still a, really, really great price for a size painting that big. It's a very big painting, and it could be very meaningful for the person who decides that painting speaks to them. So I hope that maybe, one of you may feel like that. And like I said, it's sort of like a feminist painting. And a lot of the times I am very, into all those different ideas. And as I said, I belong to a lot of different organizations of female painters and of other kinds of, people that are working together. I see, oh my goodness, for the first time I'm taking a look at the Instagram and I see so many people waving. Hello, everybody. So happy that people are waving. And if you want to ask a question, I think Juan is able to send me the question. Juan, are you able to do that?
For sure, I'll be able to, yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to be talking about really one other painting, but I'll show you the one that matches it. It is number 19. Number 19 is a very plain painting. It's a very modern looking painting, and some of you, without seeing what the name of it is, which is called Bamboo in White, may have seen, may be able to see that it's like a bamboo forest with a path that's going into the forest. So I'll just hold up the black one for a minute, and I'll just tell you again, when I painted these, I painted them together, but there are larger ones also that I painted that I didn't bring here. So when I painted these paintings, I decided to use monochromatic, to use like only one color, to be very minimalist. So what happened is when I go to the different museums, like the Metropolitan Museum or the Museum of Modern Art, I see all these different kinds of styles, minimalism, where there's hardly anything on the painting. And I was very attracted to Japanese work. So in the Metropolitan Museum particularly, they have a wonderful Japanese area, and they have beautiful, what are they called? Large, I forgot what they're called. They're very large screens. So they have these large screens done in beautiful with gold and with black and white and other colors. And I just thought that I could make a very simplistic painting. And here you could see the gold on it. Also, I used enamel paint as a background because I do love shininess. So you could see that these paintings, they, one's white and one's black. You may not want to buy them together, but they were both influenced by Japanese art and modern art. So, on one of the paintings before, I mentioned the white is like a colorful white. It shows up as different colors as you go close to it. You could see that in the painting when I'm holding it close up so you could see it. So this painting, as I said, I think it's very tranquil. I think it gives you a feeling of peace. And I think that a lot of times the paintings itself could feel energetic or give you a different kind of feeling. And I think that this painting is like a nice feeling of tranquility and peace. So I wanted to just tell you, I see some people are saying, what's more important to you, the painting or the idea behind it? Well, the painting, sometimes the technique on the painting is very important to what you're adding to it, but I like the idea behind it. Now, not you, if you're not hearing me, you may not understand that this is based on ideas of minimalism or based on ideas of Japanese art, that this was reflecting. You may just like it because it's a pretty picture, which is great. I mean, it's fine to just buy a painting like that, to buy a painting because it appeals to you. But sometimes the idea behind it is very important to me. And I feel like I want to communicate with you. I want to communicate with the viewer. Even if the viewer is 50 years from now, I want to communicate with the viewer and see if you could have my ideas of simplicity. So both of these paintings are 20 by 16, which are very nice size paintings. They're originally $800 each. And today, they're offered at $470. And as I said, they're made with gold oil paints. And this one has color changing paint, but this one is painted with black enamel as the undercoat. It gives it a very nice shine. And like I said to you before, I'm partial to shiny stuff. So just wanted to show you that. Now, I'm going to show you another painting. I know I'm moving along quickly. This painting, if anybody knows Grant Woods and American Gothic, that's where I got the idea. I'm just going to get it. Take this off. Oops. This is a very folk artsy painting. And as you can see, my style has changed a lot. I love to change my style. I don't want to be pegged into just one kind of painting. I know that some artists like to have a style, something that you could recognize and say, that's a Picasso. Picasso changed his style so many times, more than almost everybody else. But this painting is of a bride and groom. But I painted it with the idea of Grant Wood's American Gothic, where, you know, those two farmers are standing there with the pitchforks and just looking at you without any expression. So I sort of wanted to catch the bride and groom in one of the happiest days of their life, looking at us, the viewer, also with that sort of no expression, folk artsy kind of picture. But what I wanted to do was to put a beautiful border on it, which I did. And so I want you to take a look at the border. The headdress for the bride has beautiful different colors of shimmer included in it, and you could see it as I'm shimmering it on to the picture. And the roses also have beautiful shimmer that shows, and the side of it is just gold, and so it doesn't need a frame. Some of the paintings really don't need a frame. So this painting is a tribute, even though I don't call it that, but is a tribute to Grant Wood's American Gothic. And that's where I got the idea. And I think it's fine to get ideas from other artists and from other things that are happening around the world. And so I just wanted to share this one with you. It's a very big painting also. And this one originally is $860, and I'm letting it go for $500 today. It's acrylic with metallic paints. All right, so now I'm going to go to the next one. I know that it's getting late, and I thank you all, whoever is still with me, but or just tuning in. And I'm going to go to a painting called Flat Rock, but I originally made 6 paintings up. I'm just going to move this one away, and just bear with me a second. Oh, this is number 24, didn't fall off. But this is not the one I'm going to talk about, but I just want to get it up there, and it may fall down. Okay, and this one is number 23. Okay, this is the one that I'm going to talk about. It's number 22, and it's called Flat Rock Trees and River. Well, a few years ago, I was very lucky to be selected by the Jewish Federation in New Jersey to get a residency in Israel. And they sent me there, and I painted, and I met a lot of artists there. And when I came back, I had this idea of making an art show. And for 6 years, together with the Federation and other artists, I created it was like a give and take between different artists of different countries. And so one of the things, the very first one that I was the curator for, and I did the show, you know, was the only curator for that one, was about, let's do something about nature from Israel and from America. So what I did was, there's a park near my house called Flat Rock Park. And it is very beautiful, and it has water, and it has rocks, and beautiful foliage. Now, what I did, because I wanted to be a modern painting, I like to experiment, and I used glass beads in it. So I just want you to see the glass beads that are in it. I don't know if you could see it. There's glass beads. And I used color-changing paint. The paint changes some color. And again, I used gold. I love the gold and how it looks on the patterns. So what I did was I created 6 of these. I created 3 that are size 20 by 16. 6 is 20 by 16. And the other one over there is the same size. And this one has color changing paint on the water. You could see the color changes from blue to purple. So it's very interesting, because what happens is, when I go shopping to Blix or, you know, any of the other paint stores, I am like a kid in a candy store. I just want to see all the different kinds of paint products they have. And I love to experiment. And so you could see over here the shimmer, and for the water, the glass beads and the color changing paint. So these paintings, oh, and there's a larger one that you can see over here, and it also has color changing paints. And when it was exhibited, and if you hang it on your wall and you hold, you put the light on it, if you walk one way, the color changes one way, and walk another way, the color changes another way. And I remember having viewers looking at it like they couldn't believe it. It was just such a nice thing. You know how when you look at water, the reflection sometimes changes color? Well, the color changing paint helps do that from green to purple. And it's just very, very interesting and very pretty. So I just wanted to show you these. And somebody may not know exactly what these are, but it was really based on a place in my neighborhood that I wanted to, that I went to try to find nature. And this is the way, that I interpreted the nature, the look of the nature. So these paintings, the Flat Rock River, which is this one, like I said, is 20 by 16 acrylic oils on canvas with color changing paints and glass beads. They're originally $800, these size, and today they're going for almost half price, $470. And they're going for free shipping, and they're ready to hang. So I just wanted to show you this one also, because I thought the colors are so pretty. And here's the much larger one that is originally it's originally $1,000, and now it's going for $570. And you can see the color changing paint. And it's a very modern painting, but yet it's based on nature. So whether you see it, you could see the different foliage and the colors in it. So just wanted, if anybody has any questions about that, let me know. We're coming down to, I have a few more. I have a very, I have a painting that was exhibited so many places. It's called Waterfall. It's number 25. And it's an abstract, and it has gold in it also, and you could see the gold. And you could see the scratches that are on it. It's made with oil paints. And I love naming the paintings. So you could think, is this a waterfall? Does that look like a waterfall to you? It looked like a waterfall to me when I named it. It looked like it had the horizon. Oh, here it is. It had a horizon, a water. So it looked like, everything is opposite on this. So it looked like it was a waterfall coming down to me. So I just thought that I'd like to share that, here, when I look at it like this, I could see there's the horizon line, and then the water is coming and dripping down. So, like I said, this has been exhibited. So if you want this painting, I could look up all the places that it's been exhibited. I know it's exhibited at Guildhall in the Hamptons and a few other places, and I could let you know where it was exhibited so that you would have a pedigree to go along with it if you're interested. So this painting is originally $600, and today I'm offering it. It's unframed, and it is free shipping, like I said, for $360, which is, a really, really good price. I think I skipped a painting. Can I go back? I did after the New York ones. I'm just going to go back to this one painting because this is Monet's Bridge. So before I go on with the next abstract painting, this is number 15, I skipped it. This is made on canvas paper, and you could just put it in a watercolor frame with glass on it. And what it is I mentioned before about me teaching art. And I was teaching art for many years. And in my studio, I had so many children that came. I loved teaching art. And one of the things that I did was I taught them how to paint Claude Monet's Japanese Bridge. Some of you may have gone to visit his house in Giverny. I never have been to France, but he put in his whole garden. He put in the lily pads, and even in the New York Botanical Garden a few years ago, they put in a bridge just like this and foliage all around it. I mean, there's a lot of different shows that are going up that are about Claude Monet. The special thing about Claude Monet is he painted his Japanese bridge over 90 times. And if is any good museum in the world, they should have a Japanese bridge because he painted them over 90 times. So, so you may be familiar with this as like wrapping paper, umbrellas. They do all sorts of merchandise from this. And so when I do it, when I teach it, I try to copy or to make it simplify it in some way for the students to copy it. So this, whenever I do them, I may have like 4 of them, and then I have a whole bunch of them that are drawings, which is another idea that I want to get to when I start creating new artwork. I want to pull out what I used to teach and see if I want to elaborate on them. In any case, I think that this one is very pretty, very calming. It's a copy of, it's an original. I will sign it. It's an original by me, but it is a copy of Claude Monet's Japanese Bridge. And so I bet a lot of you have seen it, and this way you get an original. You get an original, it's not a copy. And this one, I know I skipped it before. Where did it go? This is a size 20 by 16 also, and it's on canvas paper. And it originally was $250, and today I'm giving it away for $100. So for $100, you could get a real original painting. It's up to you. So back to my abstracts. I know I have another one that's around here for number 26, but don't know. Oh, here it is. So there's a little tiny mistake on this. It's not anybody's mistake but mine. I originally had called it abstract vertical. So it was like this. But when
but you want it sideways now, right? So it will be abstract horizontal.
When I framed it, I now am calling it abstract horizontal. So you, whoever buys it, could decide what you want to do. You could make it horizontal. You could turn it this way. You could turn it whichever way you want. But I called it vertical, and I had it like that in my roster of paintings. And when I went to exhibit it, remember I said to you, sometimes I send the paintings to be exhibited in different shows. When I sent it to be exhibited, I guess I didn't realize it. And I looked at it, I go, oh, this looks nice horizontal, like the sun, you know, this looks like a horizon line. So all of a sudden I changed it. And so it has to be, you don't have to change it, guys. This is how
I just changed the name.
But if you want to do it like this, I would you could let me know if you buy it, and I'll change the cord. It's a 16 by 16. It's made with oil paints. It's an original, and originally it was $550, and today it's only $300. I just wanted to show it to you because I made a crazy mistake. Okay, so now onto my black, and here it is right here. Number 27. I'm not going to go through everything, but I did want to show this one. This is also on enamel paint. This is called, what is this called? It's called Abstract with Gold.
Yep.
And this is one of those kinds of paintings that an artist just makes because they want to. They feel it. As they're working, it just comes out of them. So what I started out was with black enamel paint. I love shininess, as I said to you several times already, and I love gold and silver and the turquoise, and it all just came together in this painting. So it's an abstract, and I gave it a very simple name. Some of them I called with just red dots, or this one is just called Abstract with Gold. So you could name it whatever you want to if you wanted to, or if you see something special in it and you think, you know, you could let me know what you think if you see something special in it that maybe I don't even see. But I love that it is the black enamel and the gold. And you could see the different textures. A lot of times painters look for texture, and they get it different ways, from scratching or rubbing. And I like to experiment and try all those different ways also. So I just wanted to show you this one because it's a nice size painting also. This is a, what size? 24 by 18. It's pretty big. So it's a very nice size painting, you know, could stand alone. It doesn't need anything else with it. But I just wanted, today I'm doing, I want to get my paintings into better places. I don't want to have to put them away again. I really hope that they find a home with some of you. And to that effect, I wanted to show you this painting. Remember the other one that I showed you a few minutes ago of the Monet that was also done on this kind of paper? It's canvas paper. So this is an abstract done on canvas paper, and I will sign it, so that elevates the value of it. But if you look at it, it's not only flat, I have thick paint in it. And there's a lot of different shades that, you would be able to see. It's just simply an abstract painting, and I called it Happening because it just looks like stuff is happening. Like remember I said sometimes paintings are calming. This painting, it looks like active to me. It looks
Something's
like
happening for sure in that.
something is happening, and this one is called Happening Too. So what I wanted to tell you is these could be easily framed. The colors on it, the extra, what is it called? The extra kind of paints that are just laying on it, the thickness of them, and the scratchiness of it. You could see now these paintings were for 300. This big one was for 360, and now it was originally $600, and now it's 360. And this one, the original price of this was 500, and now it's 275. But because I really, really want to find homes for these, and I really feel that they're going to get ruined if I don't find a home for them, because they're not on regular canvas, they have to be really put into a frame. I want to offer each of them for $150 now, only now. So if you want to buy these now, I'm dropping the price down for each one of them to $150, because I just feel that these are very, right now, if I leave them out, they're very fragile and they could get ruined, and I don't want them to get ruined. They will look so beautiful in a frame. And you could see how pretty they are, that they really will look beautiful in a frame. And I will sign them. Right now, they're not signed. And the colors are just like, they just are they're very good colors. They match a lot of things. I'm up to my last group of paintings. I'm not going to show all of them, but I do want to show one really beautiful. I'm going to show more than one, but I'm going to just show this one. This is number 30, and this is framed, but I have to, and it was in a lot of shows already. As a matter of fact, the frame is not the most perfect, it has not been put in perfectly, but if you want it with the frame, I'll give it to you with the frame. If you want it unframed, I'll take the frame off of it. But this painting was so much fun and gave me so much good feelings to do it, because I experimented with nail polish and color changing paints, and I wanted to put all of the details in it of gold. Everything is outlined with gold and silver and color changing paints. And like I said, there's nail polish that's in it. And I don't know if you could see the shininess of it. It's a very, very lively, yet the color pink is a calming effect for it. Now, what happened was I did a whole bunch of trees, a series of trees. I have, if you're interested, I also have this in red. I have it in blue. I have it in green. And what I forgot to say is I do commissions. So if you liked any of the paintings, but specifically I do them in the New York, the city paintings. The city paintings, I know I'm just going off of what I wanted to talk about.
It's all good. It's all good. There's no rules in this live show.
Okay, if you live in a city, it does not have to be New York. It could be, I like to do buildings. So we're talking about a city with buildings. And I have on my website a place for you to order commissions. I will work with you. Not only will I make the painting for you, I'll make it in the colors you want. I will make it in the style you want. I will make it on wood. I will make it on canvas. I will make it on paper. I will work with you so that you get a special memory from wherever it is that you want. It could even be a vacation. So I am open to commissions on New York urban scenes, but I'm also open to commissions on abstracts. If you have I love working big. If you have a big hallway or something and you want a painting to be certain colors or have a certain kind of vibrancy, and you saw something that you like that I did and said, Cheryl, I like something like that, or I like something like this, I will be happy to work with you to make a commission piece.
Cheryl, we have a question on Instagram about that piece. Jordana is asking, are there other paintings you did like this with the same colors and details? And why did you decide to use nail polish?
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Jordana, for asking me that question. Well, yes, I have, when I did this, I did almost the same kind of paintings with a green background, with a blue background. As a matter of fact, I have in my studio one that I still haven't finished yet. That's a dark blue background. But I decided that I wanted to try new things. As I said before, I am a big fan of the art stores, especially Blick or Michael's. But Blick is like really what I really like up here in the Northeast. And you go there and there's so many kinds of paints. And so what I did was, as I was looking at the paints and I like shiny things, I decided to use nail polish on it and to use the golds and the different colors that change color so you could see it on it. And I just think it's such a pretty painting. It could stand alone, but yet if you have a light on it and you walk by it, then you start to notice the shine. If you're just looking at it like this, see, you don't see the shine. So it depends on the way that you're looking at it. And then you walk through it a certain way, and all of a sudden it becomes alive. And so anyway, so this is this painting, but I'm just going to show you real quick just one or two more trees. I'm not going to talk about all of them. Oh yeah, I did want to talk about this very last one. Okay, I'm going to skip some of the trees, but remember earlier I said to you about minimalism? This is the most minimalism tree that I could think of doing. It's black and gold, just two colors, but there's not that much detail. But yet, I hope you see there's a tree. It could look like something else to you, but in my mind, I saw a tree. And, you know, it depends on when you're looking at it. And again, it's the gold. The gold is the detail, and I just love the way the gold looks on the painting. The very last painting I want to show you. Oh, I didn't talk about the prices of the trees, but I'll talk about it in a second. This last painting is of a tree also, and I'm back to the black and gold, which is like I told you, comes from Japanese paintings that I love, but also the way that these curls are going around reminded me of Gustav Klimt. So I'm telling you, I just love going to the museum and love looking at the different artwork. And I love doing the research for all of my lectures that I give. And I just am very influenced by all the wonderful artists that came before me. And I just love looking at them and then thinking, how am I going to interpret it in some way so that I make it into something of my own? So these tree paintings, the one that I showed you at the beginning, the first one, the tree, the pink tree called Spring Tree, that's the most expensive of this bunch. That's originally $800, and I'm giving it half price, $400, 50% off. I just want to tell you, I don't run these kinds of sales so that you know that. I only run 25% off. The most would ever be 30% off. So that's it. I never go to 50%. I never go to 60%. This is a once in, I don't know how often I would do this. I never did something like this before, but I really am doing this because I want to clear out my inventory. These are really good paintings. I hope that they find homes with you guys, because otherwise they just go back and get packed up until I have another show and take it out again. I really hope that I'm able to pass these great values along. So this, the one that I showed you before, the pink one, is half price. The green one that I showed you, and there's another green one, which is number 32, and this one they all originally are $360. And no, they're originally $600. And today I'm giving them to you for $360. But if anyone wants to buy more than one of these, number 31, 32, and 33, you'd have to buy two of them. You could get them for $300 each. I mean, that is 50% off. I mean, this is, usually I don't do this, but like I said, I'd rather let the paintings go a little bit, less money and know that they're going to be loved and valued by somebody instead of just stuck back in my studio in boxes and wrapped in plastic. And as I said, I'm willing to throw in free shipping. And this one I'm showing you framed. If you want it framed, I'll give it to you framed for the same $300 if you buy two. Otherwise, it's $360. So I wonder if anybody else has any other questions. I would love to answer them. Does anybody have any other questions?
Not yet. We're good for now.
Somebody's asking about I guess that was the
Yep.
other one. Okay, well, anyway, I think that's it. Is there anything, Juan, let's talk again about how to buy them.
Yep. So if you're watching on Instagram, the link it's in Cheryl's bio. You can click that link and you will see all the work available. And also if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, the link will be in the description. And one question I have for you, Cheryl, for how long are we extending this sale?
You tell me, Juan. I don't know. We do it for a week. Do we just do it for a week?
I think a week sounds exciting, right? I think that sounds about right.
Okay.
We can do it until Wednesday, the 8th. That sounds good.
Okay, because Juan and Art Storefronts and Ivana, they're going to help me continue to let people know about this special sale that I'm having now until that Wednesday. And then from then, it's going back to regular prices. And like I said, I really don't consider myself a salesperson, but I really do want to clean out my studio. And I really do hope that you buy these instead of me just putting them away again for no one, to enjoy. And I hope that, like I said, I really hope that you realize these are really big bunkers kind of savings, because I only would let something go at 20% off, and I don't even run sales very often.
For sure, this feels like one in a lifetime opportunity, right? We also have Betty asking on Instagram, is there any meaning behind the 3 branches curling? I guess she's referring to number 33.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I try to put words into my painting, and I try to see about, putting even extra messages hidden in the paintings. In this case, I think I was really just focusing on Gustav Klimt and the way that he painted all of his swirls and designs. And I guess I had him in mind, and this is just what came out. So there's no super special meaning behind it. But in a lot of my paintings, I do hide words. And it's interesting because I do want to tell you about them. I don't want you to just try to say, oh, can I find them? I want to have a hidden meaning in this one. But this one is just the gold and the black remind me of the Japanese art. The gold and the black reminds me of Gustav Klimt. It was just a very flowy kind of thing that came out when I did this design. I hope you like it. Thank you for asking the question.
Awesome. That's great. All right. I think that's about it. That was a great show. We will be reminding a lot of people for sure that the sale will be extended until the 8th. And yeah, congratulations on your first live show, Cheryl.
Oh, and wait a minute. You mentioned in the beginning that somebody bought a piece. Could you tell us again which one it is? I want to hold it up. How exciting.
That was number 12. Number 12 was the piece. The name of that one will be, hold on a minute here. So New York City Skyline was sold.
Which one? The little ones? Oh, wait. All right.
Yep.
11.
Number 12, New York City Skyline. It's framed.
So this one, guys, you can't get it anymore. I just want to show it to you. But I do want to say that I could have this made for somebody in a metal. If you wanted it in the metal, it's just a very, very, nice painting. And this one you get framed, and the whole other ones that are in this little series are framed. And this is a double frame. So I hope you like it. Thank you, whoever it is that bought it. I'm so excited that somebody bought it from one of the shows. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks so much. And thank you to Art Storefronts, and thank you to Juan, and thank you, Ivana. I know that I'm not done with you guys. They give the best customer service. Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
was fun. You made it fun and easy. Thank you.
Awesome. This is our pleasure. All right. I'm going to end the live show on Facebook